Hello everyone. It's the 24th of June, 4 months since the COVID-19 virus hit Canada, and as the country begins to slowly reopen, we all continue to grapple with the reverberations of this terrible pandemic. I would be hard-pressed to think of a family, a community, an organisation, a city or a country that has not felt the impacts of COVID-19. Whether tragic illness and loss of life, or economies shutting down. Like many of you, I watch the news with hope regarding a vaccine, and I'm aware that while a solution is being worked on, the temporary solution for travel is that which we have already implemented: a hygienic environment from start to finish, while implementing a new, lower-touch business model so that our guests, and indeed all travellers, can rebuild their confidence in flying. WestJet has remained self-sufficient throughout this extended crisis, cutting our costs by more than 60%. And yet, despite these efforts, the damage we've incurred from a weakened demand environment is being compounded by multiple factors, including a patchwork of provincial and federal government travel advisories, constraints on non-essential travel, both globally and even domestically, and the cost challenges facing our airport and our air navigation partners. I have been describing this experience to our own WestJetters as a valley, where we are now at the bottom and we have a long and arduous climb out. And before we begin this climb, the reality in which we find ourselves requires difficult and often painful decisions to ensure our continued viability in the future. The result is that today is the toughest of all of these difficult days, as we look to provide thousands of our own employees with clarity on their roles at WestJet. Today, we announced organisational changes that in the coming months will see the company consolidate all contact centre activity to Calgary, contract out our airport operations in all domestic airports, with the exception of Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton and Toronto, and strategically restructure our office and our management staff. These measures will not change our commitment to our guests and the communities we serve, but they will have an impact on an organisation that was once 14,000 strong. These changes we have announced today will affect 3,333 WestJetters who will be permanently leaving the airline. In regards to those airport operation roles, we will seek to find a suitable partner who can provide high airport service levels through their commitment to hire as many of our affected WestJetters as possible. To our WestJetters and your families and friends, this situation is nobody's fault, and nothing anyone could have done would have created a different outcome. Reducing WestJetter roles has always been a last resort. If there were other viable options open to us, we would be taking them. You have all worked so incredibly hard to help build this great company to be the national and international airline we were and will be again. Thank you all for your incredible service, and know that we will continue to do all we can to manage your best interests and make the transition as painless as we can. And to our guests, I know it has not been easy to cancel your travel plans, to receive sometimes multiple flight changes, and to experience the prolonged wait times to speak with one of our agents on the phone over the last few months. We know many of you are frustrated, and I am genuinely sorry. We have done our utmost to ensure our staff are fully up to date with the latest travel advisories to help you manage complex schedule changes and to inform you of the safety and hygiene precautions that we have implemented. The effects of the pandemic will be with us for a long time, and we are committed to building a guest experience that will incorporate technologies to provide a touch-free experience at the airports that will make your travel journey easier and stress-free. We will invest in new technology in the contact center to enhance our response times and reduce queues, to ensure that we maintain the high level of care and attention you have come to expect from WestJet. The highest levels of care and our low fares are a fundamental part of our DNA, and they will never change. We will work to rebuild WestJet to be a valued airline that will thrive once again in the years to come. The new WestJet will be at the heart of Canada's economic recovery.